And that's when I found out they don't do avocado toast in Morley's. And we're live.
You are now listening to Radio Rufus.
Yes. Welcome back, you numerative nonces. And this is another episode of Radio Rufus plugged straight into your ears. You are being subtly brainwashed by the oscillating vibrations of audio pleasure emanating into your ear cavities. And we're back with news, sports, games. It's the regular show you're used to every week, except this time we're recording it over a month before you're going to see it.
Yeah, it's currently the 3rd of December.
So happy 2025.
Yeah.
First episode of 2025, although it hasn't happened yet. So, you know, we could have had a nuclear fallout since then and we wouldn't know. But then you probably wouldn't be watching this anyway.
There's probably plane's probably went missing in the time between this recording and the next episode.
That is interesting to think about. Like how many Americans have been shot?
Yeah,
because they have at least 2 shootings every day. It seems like
we're gonna look fucking culpable now for this.
Do you want to make a bold prediction between now, December the 3rd, and when this episode comes out on January the 6th?
Who's going to be top of the Premier League on January the 8th? Is it?
Okay, it's not going to be that bold, is it? Because it's obviously going to be Liverpool. So
I'm going to say Arsenal's going to be back top of the Premier League. There's going to
is there even enough games to make up that many points?
Liverpool need to lose every one, and Arsenal need to win every one. I'm going to say that there will be at least 6 mass shootings in the first 8 days of the year in the US.
Okay. Yeah.
What are you putting up? What kind of numbers?
I'm going to say in between then and now, a big YouTuber gets eaten by a shark. I don't know which YouTuber, but like a big name gets eaten by a shark.
Physically big or subscriber count? Or both?
Yeah, both.
Right, okay.
So, who's fat?
I've got another prediction.
Right.
Deji Olatunji will be disillusioned with his performance in his Misfits fight, and he's going to have a sex change.
Mate, the Deji thing has become like a weekly. We should just script it as a segment. Deji joke of the week.
I also have another prediction.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Theo Baker's going to go into 2025 with the thickest head of hair you've ever seen.
Is he going to have another operation, or is it just going to magically come back?
He's going to get that same person who was actually a real estate agent, but he's had a few months to refine his craft, so he's not going to lead to bruising, swelling, and eventually
death.
Yeah.
Okay, so our predictions for 2025: big YouTuber gets eaten by a shark.
Yeah.
Deji becomes a woman. Theo Baker has another hair transplant courtesy of an estate agent.
I'm going to predict that I'm going to eat all of my advent calendar by the 5th of December.
Yeah. So there we go. It's going to be a banging year.
Yeah. Right,
well, let's get into our first segment then. Not news. And it's news from our second favourite career, South Korea.
Mm-hmm.
As a court has found a man guilty of trying to avoid mandatory military service by deliberately binge eating to gain so much weight he would be judged unfit for action. So the Nikocado avocado technique, if you will.
Yeah.
Or the Aidan Rafferty technique, if you will.
That's why I got away with it.
So in Korea, you have to go into the army. Yeah. It's like in Singapore, you have to go into the army. Unfortunately, he hadn't exactly thought through this whole plan. Because if the examiners think you're too fat, you have to go into the army anyway.
Yeah. He should have just signed for Spurs. That's how Heung Min Sung avoided it. It's not as if it's a hard team to get into.
Did he avoid military service by playing football?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
No wonder
For a few years anyway.
So happy. He was always chipper.
He was also happy to run fucking 100 miles a game.
Yeah, no wonder he was giving it 100% at the 90th minute, 4-0 up, chasing every ball.
Yeah. It makes sense now.
If he lost his contract, he'd have to go to war. And that's how you get results, everybody.
I think if he's anything like his North Korean counterparts, you should just give him porn access and he'll have himself wanked into shape within a fortnight.
That's true, actually. That would be good, isn't it? I don't see any fitness influencers promoting the wank yourself skinny. Maybe that should be our official Radio Rufus exercise program.
Wankuary, we can start it in the new year.
Wankuary.
Yeah.
Hi, I'm Aidan Rafferty, and welcome to Wankerside. Anyway.
In fairness, I would absolutely rather sit in an office than go out in the front lines.
Yeah, so he's doing an admin role in the army. At his initial examination, he was deemed fit for service. But at his final exam, he was 16 stone, making him morbidly obese for his size. I think you're about 16 stone.
I'm more.
But the thing is, you're a big man.
Yeah.
Whereas he is not.
Yeah.
So
there's not an Asian in the world that's as broad as me.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You look like you could carry an oak.
I have done.
Of course. Yeah. Whereas this guy could barely do a sapling, I think. So he's morbidly obese for his size. And he not only still has to go into the army, he also got a prison sentence.
Fuck.
For fraud or whatever.
Yeah.
Despite protesting that he was only acting on the advice of a friend.
Oh, there's an accomplice?
Yeah, there's an accomplice. And I think it's definitely the trust me bro friend.
Yeah.
So his mate basically recommended this binge diet. He has a charge of aiding and abetting this. So he cooked up some sort of special regimen that doubled the guy's normal food.
Yeah.
Which I think sounds like something you would write.
Yeah.
Just eat twice as much as the required amount. And still got to go into the army. It's a shame he's not going into the Singapore army because they have a special fatties unit.
Oh yeah, to try and slim them down a bit.
Yeah, and it's the most effective weight loss program in the world. It's like Weight Watchers if they didn't even... In Weight Watchers, they always make you run a few laps of something and then they offer you the chance to have some ice cream.
Yeah.
Do you remember that? The format of Weight Watchers?
Yeah.
And obviously all the people who actually cared wouldn't eat it and everyone else was tucking in. In Singapore, you're lucky if they even floated the idea of an ice cream out there.
Yeah.
And you wouldn't be running laps as well.
Do you know they used to give certificates for the slimmer of the week? The person that lost the most weight?
Yeah, really?
Yeah. I remember my granny getting one and she was so proud and I was thinking, whenever you've got that much to lose, it's not really as impressive, granny.
It's like giving manager of the month to someone in League 2.
Yeah.
So you don't even play in the same... We're not even playing the same game.
Or giving a fucking Premier League export in the Saudi League player of the season.
Yeah.
It doesn't really count.
Giving Messi the Ballon d'Or even though he plays in America.
It's like being a reporter for the Sun newspaper.
So your granny was in Weight Watchers?
Yeah. She wasn't enlisting or anything.
I thought it was...
She's not from South Korea.
I thought it was just a TV show. I didn't realise...
Oh no, well, it was either called Slimming World or Weight Watchers. I think they both were kind of like a duo organisation.
Yeah.
Yeah, so she used to do that.
You have to subscribe.
She went once a week, and I think you paid £4 entry fee.
Yeah.
And just done a few laps. You got weighed. You might have got discount on specific Slimming World yogurts and stuff.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
So it is a sort of pyramid scheme, and then you recruit other people to come.
Yeah. Oh, I used to be so shit whenever she'd be in a health kick for 2 weeks before she inevitably just went back to the vodka and the biscuits. She is obese.
I presumed that she died already in that sense.
No. She's alive and well as far as I know.
Has she lost any weight?
I haven't seen her in 2 years. So probably just with age.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, but
she's just been eroded by the wind.
Yeah.
It's not the program.
I used to be seriously depressing whenever she was in one of these kicks, and I used to go up to her house thinking, right, tea and biscuits, and she'd give me some fucking ridiculous low-calorie wafer.
Yeah.
And get the fuck away from me with this
That's
shit.
Unacceptable.
Yeah, or a wafer, as you call them.
A wafer, yeah. A wafer biscuit. I think it's the same with being vegetarian and vegan. I think it's totally fine until it impacts my life.
Yeah. Do you know the amount of times I've been eyeing up a menu somewhere in London that's got the fattest, juiciest, most prehistoric looking steak possible. Yeah. And I have to go to fucking McDonald's so my woman can get a McPlant meal.
Yeah, right. We're going to start to have problems there, yeah.
I just want to be able to, at least once a week, let loose, act like a fucking caveman and just
You do this way
something.
more than once a week.
Yeah, that's true.
Or once a day.
I want to do it uninterrupted without having to think about, right, is she going to get something made of fucking tofu here? I fucking hate tofu.
When you go round while your granny's doing Weight Watchers. That's what it's like with my granny.
Just
every
normal.
time.
Yeah. See,
and she's in great shape, by the way.
yeah. Oh, is she?
Yeah.
Nice.
You took a little bit too much interest. A little bit more than I'd liked, but that's okay.
As a South Korean, do you reckon you would be filled with pride?
Sorry, I'm not a South Korean.
If you were a South Korean, do you think you would be buzzing at the thought of like representing your country, or would you be trying to hide as well?
Oh, am I in the football team or the army?
The army.
No.
You'd be hiding.
But I don't have a choice, so I'll be pretending that I love it.
Yeah. I maybe just run their TikTok account or something.
To be fair, you've got the CV for it.
True, yeah.
Yeah.
375,000 followers on
Look
Radio
at
Rufus.
that. That's impressive stuff.
Yeah.
Anyway, let's get into our next story then. And I promise you, this is not a slightly cynical attempt to shoehorn a big name into the title of our show. We would never do something like that. We are pioneers of journalistic integrity on this show. And I never add details that weren't in the original story to anything we say, even though I do that at least once a week. Taylor Swift's eardrum and planet-destroying Eras tour is coming to a conclusion with 3 sold-out shows in Vancouver in December. Fans want to see the show so desperately that she released some special no-view tickets, which are behind the stage. So, are they been branded as, quote, listening only?
Right.
Which I think if you don't go to the show and you just whack on Spotify, that's also listening only.
Yeah. I accidentally had this once to a Westlife concert.
Okay.
I used to build there's this company called EventSec or Show Inc. Basically, we're unemployed people.
Show Wank.
Show Inc.
Show Inc.
Show Wank's probably a different thing. But used to go and unload the trucks of all the stage equipment, guitars, lighting, and then basically build it.
Yeah.
And I was doing it for Westlife. I was doing it for Billie Eilish once, and they would get some people that would come and select 2 people to go and walk to the stage carrying stuff with the musician.
Yeah.
And there's this 16-year-old lad that got picked to go and do it with Billie Eilish.
Yeah.
And he came back and all his friends like, oh, what was she like? What was she like? Was she nice? And he was like, massive tits.
Yeah, right. Yeah. I knew that was right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Goes without saying, probably.
Yeah. How does that relate to this?
Oh, just because that's how I went to a listening only party of Westlife, because we would sit behind the stage
And then-
waiting for the concert to end.
So you take it down again.
Yeah.
Yeah. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Yeah. So these no view tickets are only $15 Canadian, which is about 2 Starbursts and a piece of string in real money. Unfortunately, they were all instantly bought by ticket resellers, who then began charging over a month's rent for a struggling single mother for these tickets.
Yeah.
So they're currently being offered at $2,349 for a seat behind the stage.
See, real hardcore Swifties.
That's the problem. These seats will be full.
Yeah,
People
they
will pay that.
But that's what I mean. They would purposely buy them even ahead of a seat with a view, just so they can virtue signal about how they're bigger Taylor Swift fans now. That they bought the extra tickets. 100%, yeah.
We didn't even see Taylor Swift.
Yeah.
I don't
We
even
just
need
heard. We just lived
be
it.
there. We just been there. Yeah.
I suppose if there's any blind Taylor Swift fans, this would be ideal. Because you probably still want to go and listen. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, already Taylor Swift fans who like to face the other way. Maybe that's what they should do. They should round up all the blind people, put them behind the stage, and give everyone else a proper view. Because otherwise,
Yeah, they won't know anyway.
no.
Yeah. They could think they're fucking Barrier in the Golden Circle for all they know.
I once went to a U2 gig.
Yeah.
Irish legends, of course.
Yeah.
And are they not?
Most people in Ireland hate Bono.
Oh yeah, but that's just his personality, right?
Yeah.
But they're still of the music scene. They're still be considered Irish legends.
Probably, yeah. There's some good hits.
Take out Bono's personality out of it,
Yeah.
and they're just a good band.
He's got 2 of the biggest Nepo babies of all time.
Does he?
One of them, Eve Hewson's just in every Irish film now. She was in that Bad Sister show on Apple TV. His other son, is the front man of that Inhaler band, which are a big up.
Oh yeah, I've sort of heard of them.
Yeah.
I didn't know he was in it. Though.
Yeah, that's Bono's son.
Ah, gotcha. Okay. Well, I was standing next to this guy, and he was clearly on something.
Yeah.
And he had a big like ramen noodle hair
Yeah.
cascading down. And then when the music started, like he was popping off before they started playing. And when he was playing, he just went mental, right?
Yeah.
I got this guy's hair in my mouth at least 4 times over the course of this gig. Anyway, it's funny because she did this. People paying $2,000 to not see Taylor Swift in the same week that Kate Nash, you know Kate Nash?
Yeah, Foundations.
Yeah, Foundation
tune.
from the In-Betweeners.
Yeah.
Yeah. She's now had to start an OnlyFans because her tour is losing money. Because apparently if you're at that level, like you had sort of one hit almost 20 years ago.
I couldn't name another song of hers right enough.
Yeah. She's not a massive artist by any means, but she's recognizable. Which even at that level, where you're recognizable by most people know your name, you're going to have to start selling arse if you want to turn a profit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like the time there's this like country music festivals around us that literally just someone that decided to learn the guitar that year could headline if they really wanted to.
Right.
And one time I looked at the lineup and fucking Scouting for Girls were headlining it. And I was thinking, these pricks had a #1 hit 10 years ago.
Yeah.
And now they're headlining a country music festival in a field in fucking
Also,
the middle of nowhere.
Not country.
Not at
Those
all.
guys are not country at all.
Nah.
Barely music.
I think it was just deemed a country music festival because
It was
the
in the
acts,
country.
yeah, that's the only genre that they had learned up until that point.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
And then I think I seen Tinchy Strider in a nightclub and Sean Kingston as well, like uni events. And there are people that had fucking #1 hits in the noughties.
Yeah.
So
Mate, I got offered that. It fell through, but I got offered to do a uni event. And
Yeah.
Tinchy Strider was going to do it as well. Apparently, I was like going to warm up.
for Tinchy Strider.
It fell through. I don't know what happened to that. But
Yeah.
I hope the people of the University of Salford enjoyed that. Anyway, now that we've included a story about Taylor Swift so we can whack her everywhere in the episode, click on it. We're now returning to traditional Radio Rufus territory with a story about a man ejaculating into his boss's toiletries. This is a story out of Scotland. COVID vaccination worker, that's already a problem because you're supposed to trust those people.
Yeah.
He's a key worker for the NHS, Jordan Fitzpatrick. He found a bottle of his superior's beard balm on a table at his workplace. He thought it'd be a funny bit of workplace banter if he spunked in it. Unfortunately, he did make the error of boasting about it to other colleagues.
This is something that you would find fucking hilarious if you heard about it.
So funny. Unless that's my beard oil.
Yeah.
In which case,
get on your high horse
in which
really
case,
quick.
this guy is so fired.
Yeah.
This is the quote. I mean, he's clearly a well-educated and well-spoken guy because this is his quote about the crime that he committed. I jizzed in it. That's it. That's it. That's the whole quote. So obviously it was a matter that was reported to HR. When the oily gel was inspected, it appeared cloudy with sediment at the bottom.
It is a cloudy substance too at the best of times. But so is beard oil.
Yeah, but I don't think beard
Different
oil
texture.
I don't think beard oil looks like something you'd scrape off the bottom of the Thames though, like with
Yeah.
sediment like piling.
No matter
on
how
top.
much you rubbed it in, you couldn't blend jizz into your beard.
You can do it with sun cream.
Yeah.
Because I remember there was, on Jackass, over the period of months and months, they were putting horse semen into someone's sun cream.
Yeah.
Was it Knoxville?
It might have been.
But they started off with tiny... The important thing, guys, if you want to spike people's sun cream at home so they're rubbing horse semen into their face, the important thing is to start off with tiny amounts.
Yeah.
So it feels exactly the same.
Don't blow the whole load in one go.
No, and also, horse semen is expensive.
You just find one in a field, it's probably cheap enough.
Okay, well, if you trust yourself to wank off a horse without getting a kick to the face,
Yeah.
I'd like to see you do that.
Maybe they'd just welcome it though. I don't want to try it.
You're going to befriend the horse.
I think one of the most mental things about this story is the fact that there's still someone hired to give out COVID jobs at the end of 2024.
Yeah, to be true. That's why he's not busy at all, is he? He's got loads of free time.
Yeah.
So the contents of the bottle were sent for forensic analysis
Yeah.
and found to include semen containing DNA which matched that of the 25-year-old Joe. He's 25 as well. He's not an 18-year-old temp.
Yeah.
I would hate to be a forensic analyst because for some reason every crime scene is always covered in spunk.
Yeah, when
What's
they put
going
that
on?
blue light thing on.
They always whack on the blue light and suddenly there's spunk everywhere.
Yeah.
Why is there always so much spunk? Because also, you don't produce that much, but it's always covering everything.
It's like as if they've got like a gallon of it and just started sprinkling it everywhere.
Every single crime scene, I'm absolutely convinced, has someone's body with chalk drawn around it.
Yeah.
And spunk.
And spunk.
And spunk.
Yeah. The outline spunk.
Like, I feel like the people who sign up for forensic, they're pervs, mate. They know what they're getting into.
Yeah.
Oh, look
Also,
at that spunk dried on the road.
Men that work in morgues. You can't trust that.
No?
I don't think so.
Why?
I think they really try and hire female morgue workers these days. Because,
Oh, yeah, because loads of girls want to do that.
yeah, but ahead of the men, that there was reports of some fucking busty corpse would come in and they're taking a peek.
Really?
Yeah. It's
Is it
fucking
still
mental.
a crime if they're dead?
I think so.
Yeah.
I think you would get charged with gross misconduct.
It
and-
definitely is.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, this guy admitted. So he went into court and he admitted jizzing in the bottle,
Yeah.
which the legal term for that crime is breach of the peace.
What's
Which, yeah, it is.
What's the worst way you've ever breached the peace? Apart from your impressions.
Have I ever done something really unacceptable in a public environment?
I once put my Iranian manager in Domino's in a headlock in the middle of like customer view.
For what reason?
I thought we had more of a playful relationship than we actually did. But he wasn't happy about it. Like, he was an absolute mentalist. He used to always threaten to like bomb people. He was like, I'm going to explode on you. And his famous phrase was calling people a piece of...
Okay.
Yeah.
Was that like his workplace banter?
I hope.
Because there's some questions we need to ask.
Yeah. I used to find it hilarious whenever he'd be like, we need onion, you piece of...
Yeah, right. Was it onion every time?
Yeah,
Yeah,
he loved asking me to get onions out for some reason.
Yeah. Ooh. We did play a game of bomb in an airport once, which on a school trip.
How loud did you get?
We got loud enough where like people got in trouble.
Yeah.
Not with the airport, but
The school.
the teachers shut it down.
Yeah.
They were like, guys, okay.
Cut the shit.
I know we're all having a little joke here. That one's not fun.
Yeah, that's too far.
Yeah. And if someone else says that from now on, I'm gonna bomb the plane. He also accepted that his intention was that his former manager would use the contaminated beard gel. Sick fuck.
Did he get rounded or did he get ratted on before this?
No, unfortunately the spunk was too obvious in the bottle, I think.
Yeah.
Don't quote me on that. I'm not a forensic analyst. But
Yeah.
I wish I was.
You do know spunk when you see it though.
Oh yeah, I know my spunk from my other,
Spunk or bombs, a famous game we play sometimes.
Is it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, we call that Vietnamese landmine where I come from. But sorry, Vietnamese hand grenade. I got them mixed up. They're completely different.
Yeah.
But yeah, Vietnamese hand grenade is a great game. Anyway, let's move on to the sports segment now. Snatch of the day coming at you. And a professional Argentinian football club has come under fire after starting a YouTuber in an actual competitive, meaningful top flight game.
It's not as if it's a friendly or something. This
No,
is like...
this is a league game.
Yeah.
And it's not just like any old game. It's against the top of the table side.
Fucking hell.
So Ivan Buhajeruk, known as Spreen online, never heard of him personally. I guess he must be a big deal in Argentina.
Probably, yeah.
Was named as a striker in the starting lineup for Deportivo Riestra's league game against top of the table Vélez Sarsfield
This is mental.
on Saturday.
I was trying to think of like a comparison to understand how angry the Argentinians
Well, it's like
are.
it is like Deji coming on for City. Like
Yeah.
it's ridiculous.
This would be like Thogden warming up to come on in like a Super Sunday clash.
Yeah. Against the top of the table side.
fixture, yeah.
This is like if Southampton were playing and then
Danny Arns comes on.
yeah, then like but like he's on the team sheet and
Yeah.
everything. It's like not a joke or anything. He's genuinely warming up. Despite having no professional football experience, the 24-year-old played 50 seconds before being substituted during a break in play. He had signed a professional contract
Just for that.
with the club. This is what a commentator had to say. He doesn't even know where to stand. It's unbelievable. This is shameful. It's a total disgrace.
Yeah.
And then Juan Sebastian Veron said the actor displayed a total lack of respect for football and footballers.
I agree, Juan.
Couldn't agree more. Apparently the idea came from the owner, Victor Stinfale, who is basically the Elon Musk of Argentinian energy drinks. So basically he loves the streamer.
Yeah.
And basically rang up the head coach. And he was like, he has to play 30 minutes.
At least.
At least 30 minutes. I want him to play at least half an hour of this match. And obviously the coach is like, absolutely not. But if I don't start him, I'll probably get fired.
Yeah. Should we give him 50 seconds?
So he gave him 50 seconds until the ball went out of play.
That is my dream, though. If you give me 50 seconds at the Emirates, I'd like to think I'm more used than this prick, because he had no footballing ability at all.
Yeah.
But any average person's going to look so far out of their depth.
So bad.
You even see like a League Two player making
they
the
look
jump.
awful.
Yeah. But I still think it would be pretty funny.
What game would you like to play in?
We had Preston in the cup a few weeks ago.
Yeah.
Maybe a repeat of that.
Oh, do you think you could do some damage against that?
More likely than fucking against Liverpool.
You don't want to take like Champions League tie. You don't want to have Real Madrid.
Maybe just to be able to say I did it.
Yeah, yeah.
I'd absolutely end Jude Bellingham's career, just so I'll be known as that forever. I'll be immortalised.
That's what you do. Second minute of the game is the most heinous red card you've ever seen.
Like a fly kick to the jaw.
Just a career-ending Nigel de Jong style.
Yeah.
Like a fly
Kung
kick.
fu kick.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Just something out of the Furies.
But then I'd also like
Master
elbow.
Shifu would be proud of that one.
Yeah. I'd also elbow like Danny Carvajal in the face, just so people can't say I was like choosing a race.
It's good because like you get sent off, but your career's over anyway, so you've got nothing to like.
Yeah.
And
it's not as if the 3-match suspension is going to annoy me.
No. It seems to me, if you're a professional footballer, you can pretty much get away with actual common assault as long as it's on the pitch.
Yeah.
Which is so funny. As long as everybody's watching it, it's fine.
It's fine.
Yeah, yeah. If you punch someone off the pitch, that's assault. But if you punch someone on the pitch, suddenly it's just like, it's all good.
I'm pretty sure Joey Barton done it on and off the pitch, and he only got sentenced for the off-pitch one.
Right, yeah. And like, didn't Alexander Mitrovic like slap a referee or something?
He did, yeah.
And then everything was just calm.
Got like a 10-game ban or something.
Yeah. Anyway.
The same length of ban you would get for like racism or something on the football pitch.
Which means racism is equivalent to slapping someone in the face.
According to the fucking PGMOL.
Yeah. So the streamer went on record to say that while he was on the bench, he was being a helpful teammate by explaining the new Minecraft update to other footballers.
I'm actually keen to hear what's in the new Minecraft update, because whenever I was last regularly playing it, it was the introduction of horses.
1.5.
Probably like 10 years ago.
Yeah, 1.5.
Is that what it was?
Yeah.
What's the current update?
1.23.
Something like that.
Game's gone though, like.
Yeah, long ago.
They added a load of shit. Ever since the combat update, the game's been dead to me.
Yeah, I tried playing it like a year ago. Like without fail, me and my friends will make
ever since the axe became the best weapon.
Is it?
Yeah.
It's fucking ridiculous.
Yeah, in like 2015 it became the best weapon.
I've been out of the game a while.
Yeah.
I was playing it like 2 years ago, still rocking with the sword.
Yeah, I hate to break this to you.
Yeah.
But the sword's only better for some things because you can block with the sword, but you can't block with the axe.
I didn't even know you
But
could block with things.
the axe does more damage per hit.
I was playing it a while ago.
Yeah, right click with the sword is defense.
Someone made a fucking car, and I was like, "What's going on? what the fuck?"
Mate, leave the Minecraft before the Minecraft leaves you.
Yeah, I have.
Yeah. That being said, like when they added the quartz slab to the game.
I don't even remember
The
that.
quartz slab is by far the best Minecraft block. I challenge anyone out there to name a better looking Minecraft block.
What for? Building, for design? What
It's
for?
it's glorious.
Just
It's like
nice to look
it's
at.
is art.
Yeah.
It's like pulled on. Hang it in the Louvre.
I was playing Minecraft that long ago. I remember the update whenever they introduced the hunger bar.
Yeah, right.
It used to just be the
yeah.
hearts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's crazy. That feels like prehistory.
It was whenever the beta came out.
Yeah, yeah.
My brother was fucking on to that shit.
They had the alpha,
Yeah.
no hunger bar. Beta had the hunger bar.
Yeah.
And then the full release came out.
Yeah. It must have been the alpha I was playing then.
Yeah, the alpha, no hunger bar.
Yeah.
And before that, they had the Classic.
Yeah. I think
Which
this was like 2009 or something.
Yeah. Well, man, you were on that early.
Yeah. I remember going in, I was in primary 6 at the time, and I was coming back from like Gaelic training, and I was convinced that I could give everyone this game in a memory pen. But I was trying to explain it to all my friends in school, and they're all like, "Oh, that sounds so shit, just come on, call it after." And I was like, "You don't understand, it's so good." And then like 3 years later, it was the biggest game in the world.
Yeah. It is definitely the best video game ever made.
I loved Minecraft.
Yeah.
I put so many hours into it. Yeah.
I'm actually thankful that I was born into a time in history when I got to play it.
Yeah. You missed a lot of the other like prime gaming times though because of your Nikki face.
Yeah, but you have no idea what it's like to get a 16-14 win on Counter-Strike. All my gamers out there, all my CSGO players out there, my sweaty PC gamers out there who spent like $2,000 on a PC just so they could play CS.
Yeah.
You know what it's like getting an ace.
Right, well, I'll counter that with this. Just the other night we were playing Hardpoint in the new COD.
Okay.
And it goes up to 250 points, and the other team was in 248, and we were in 246, and it was the last hard point, and all my team was in it, ready to get the last points. They all died, and I was the last alive, and all 6 members of the other team rushed me from different angles to try and get the last minutes, kill me, take me off it so they could capture it, and I got all 6 of them.
You hear that, ladies?
By 2 points.
You hear that?
So fuck your CSGO.
You hear that? Are you not entertained? Are you not hot and bothered by that?
It's just
Aidan
the kind of shit I get up to.
6 versus 1 clutch.
Yeah. There's a final kill cam as well. Playing the game.
That should get the birdies flocking, mate.
I also won £25 in a Black Ops 2 tournament in 2012.
Let's go.
Yeah.
And with inflation, that's like £1 million.
Yeah, that's like my salary now.
Yeah, perfect. Pay the rent with that. Let's move on then to You're a Ranker. And we're sticking with the football theme today.
We never explained why.
Never explained why, actually. Because we originally planned to have Tom Garrett on this episode,
yeah.
who obviously is mainly known for a widely circulated internet video of him cranking off his own friend.
Yeah. Everything's arm-related with him.
Yeah, and also he lost an arm wrestle so badly, what did he break? Something.
Yeah. His whole arm.
It made a horrible noise, and then his arm went floppy like something you see out of a cartoon.
Yeah.
It was like when Harry Potter got that floppy arm in the second film. So that's why there's some football stuff going on. He dropped out, though, because of family emergencies, which we don't believe for a sec. I'll be honest. If something comes out since then about Tom Garrett's family emergencies, we'll take it. But right now, horseshit.
Yeah.
You pulled out that last second because you didn't want to come in to the office. But I guess we'll have him on again at some point.
Yeah, we will.
Unless he just leaves us with another steaming part.
He did say he was keen to come on the show, so...
They always say. Sorry, I was keen to come on this date, but something's come up.
It softens the blow a bit.
Softens the blow.
Yeah.
Anyway, so we're doing football anyway, though, because when guests drop out, we just do the same thing we were
It's always some of my favourite episodes.
Yeah.
At that time, we done the Shane Todd episode without Shane Todd.
We just explained that other guy called Shane Todd who died in
yeah.
Singapore in 2012. So these are footballers who don't look like footballers. Aidan?
My number 3 is Declan Rice. And I say he doesn't look like a footballer because to me, he looks like a club rep in Magaluf.
Really?
He looks like he gets paid strictly in Jaeger bombs.
Well, if he's the club rep, Ben White is in the club.
Yeah. Yeah. He's like sold Ben White a dream of getting him discounted fish bowls to get him into the club. And Ben White's the only person in the club.
Right.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
And he's always prowling around the strip at like 4 a.m. because he never wants the night to end. But like everyone's long gone at that stage.
My number 3, funny he's come up before in this episode, is Nigel de Jong.
Oh shit, yeah.
I think Nigel de Jong, can you look this up?
Yeah.
Just look up Nigel de Jong, and it's one of the first photos. Or El de Jong, as you've just typed in there. Okay. That photo number 2. Does he not look exactly like a Mexican cartel
He
boss?
absolutely does, yeah.
How Mexican is this guy? He looks like one of the extras in Breaking Bad.
He looks like the main villain in Breaking Bad.
And like that his heritage is not that at all. I understand he's like from African heritage and he's actually Dutch.
Yeah.
But he just looks so Mexican, it's ridiculous.
You know another one that's sort of similar? In terms of just like a mafia.
Oh, Nainggolan.
Yeah. This
Yeah.
fucker isn't a footballer. Like he hold people ransom.
He's so cold, isn't he?
Yeah.
He's the scariest.
Another one. We've completely changed this top 3 list.
It's just which footballers do we think look like mafia bosses?
Arturo Vidal.
I think Frank Ribery looks like an Albanian mafia boss. He could be related to you.
Yeah, maybe.
Perhaps. I think obviously the facial injuries help because they make him look
like he's been through some shit.
Yeah.
This is another one, Gary Medel. I think he looks like he's seen some shit.
He doesn't look like the boss though. He looks like an understudy. If you know what I mean.
Like he's like the boss's younger brother that kind of still is sort of half kind-hearted, but they're trying to train him up. Basically like Shark Tale. He's like the Lenny of the mafia.
I thought you were going to say The Godfather because that's exactly the storyline of that.
Yeah.
But I guess Shark Tale's a decent comparison.
Kind of based on it.
Yeah. So that's my number 3. I just think he looks so Mexican, it's ridiculous.
Yeah. My number 2 is Leighton Baines, the old Everton fullback.
Okay. He looks like a pretty standard white guy, doesn't he?
I think he looks like the touring guitarist of the support band for the band that you're actually there to see.
Let's have a look at him.
Yeah, I get a photo. Especially like...
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Like this era Leighton Baines. Like
long hair Leighton.
He definitely applied for the Kasabian role whenever your fella got axed.
Yeah, he does look like the band member. He definitely plays bass.
100%,
because you haven't got a clue who he is.
He wouldn't look out of place in any like Britpop music video from the 90s.
Yeah. I'm getting an early 2000, like he could be in the Kooks.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he is actually a member of Blossoms.
Yeah, he could be.
He has definitely sang the song Charlemagne at least twice at an afters.
Wow, I've never really seen that before.
Even there, he's got like that fucking...
He looks sort of like a member
Grimsby haircut.
Take that you don't like. Yeah, wow. I've never really sort of put that together before, but yeah, now that you say it really does.
He looks like the third Gallagher brother there.
Yeah, absolutely. The one that like wasn't in the band. My number 2, Anthony Gordon.
Dinner lady.
Look up this guy, and I'm talking pre-mullet Gordon, swept hair Gordon,
like this Gordon.
Yeah, it's that Everton Anthony Gordon.
Yeah,
right. This guy, he comes into school. He sits at the back. He opens the loudest gaming laptop you've ever heard. That thing is like a wind farm.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous. How much nicotine has this guy consumed? He has a snus in while he's vaping.
I was thinking more like Derry Lee Dunkers would have been his vice than snus.
I don't know. He looks like a sweaty gamer to me.
Yeah, he kind of does.
Like a vaping gamer. Back before they had disposable vapes, when it was like the Juul is the good vape.
If you give him like a fucking arm sleeve, he looks like he could have been in the Cloud House. He wouldn't have looked out of place in it.
Yeah, he wouldn't have looked out of place in a daily vlog, would he?
Yeah, he's just like their one token British guy that one of the girls just happens to be with at that time.
Like, he could have been Nick Crompton, I guess.
Yeah.
Is the sort of equivalent. He could have been on that song.
If Nick Crompton went on Bazinga's track of losing weight, this is what he would have looked like.
Oh, that is a ridiculous pull. Wow. Nick Crompton fitness arc. Yeah, to be fair, he looks just like him.
My number 1 footballer that doesn't look like a footballer is Jay Spearin, who used to play for Liverpool.
Okay, you're gonna have to remind me. He's too niche, I'm afraid. Oh yeah,
this is the photo that I was referring to. This isn't a Premier League footballer. This is a bricklayer who has a Red Bull and a sausage roll for breakfast every morning.
Yeah, he does look like he could build a mean wall.
Yeah, he also looks like he might eat children.
Yeah, I was going to say he looks sort of like a Danish murderer. if you know what I mean.
This photo as well. This is him at like 18, I think.
No, he looks about 38.
He was at Liverpool like 12 years ago, and just last year, at the age of 35, he came back to play for their under-21s.
That's not
in like a coaching role, but he was their designated overage player, so he was like togging out for the fucking stiffs.
He is what I imagine. This is when people accuse us of looking old.
Yeah.
We're in the same boat with this guy. That's what you don't get. Like we're laughing at him, but this happens to us all the time.
Yeah, I don't think anyone has ever looked at me and thought, that's a podcast producer.
No, that's true.
Yeah.
What do you think when you look at me? What insufferable city job would I have?
I just think trust fund.
Okay,
I don't even think you have a job.
Okay, yeah.
You just go skiing, and this is actually just is you.
No. This is serious work, guys. This is serious work. When I look at you, I mean, it's obviously manual labor. I'm just trying to work out which one. You're carrying something heavy.
Yeah.
You're waking up in 50 years with a horrible back.
I did used to do plasterboarding.
Yeah, well, there we go.
Yeah.
And then suddenly the island got connected to the internet.
Yeah.
And then now
2015, I learned what the internet was.
the magic of computers.
Yeah.
My number one, Jamal Musiala.
Right.
I'm going to explain exactly what I mean here. Bayern Munich's Jamal Musiala. This guy is straight off the Disney Channel. Look at his goofy face.
Yeah.
And tell me he doesn't look like the third main character in a early 2010s.
It's the teeth. He's got the teethiest smile I've ever seen.
Yeah, he's just...
Or sorry, the toothiest.
I would describe him as a bit of a goofy goober
Yeah.
character. Like,
Likes to play a prank.
witty sidekick.
Yeah. But also often flirts with the main character's mum.
Yeah, exactly.
Like,
And he's...
oh, you must be his sister.
And he's so cheeky, it's okay.
Yeah,
Like, he's so likable, even though he does things which... I mean, on those Disney shows, the pranks was literally like putting a Komodo dragon in your bedroom.
Yeah.
Like, I used to think, because of those shows, that that's what America was like. You know what I mean? Like, I thought that teenagers had the freedom to, like, just source a Komodo dragon for a prank and just put it in. Because it's America, there's no rules.
In reality, they think getting iced is the funniest thing in the world.
Yeah, that's...
And they think someone
their
downing...
banter is awful.
They think someone downing a WKD is like, oh, I can't believe he just did.
Or like the pranks that they would have on iCarly. It was like Carly would walk into a room and they're like, pranked, we burnt your entire room down. You know what I mean? And it's just like, then it was fine the next day. I thought America was like that, and it's because of people like Jamal Musiala. He just looks too...
The real pranks happened off air in those shows.
That's dark.
Yeah.
That's true. Some kids got abused.
Yeah. Was it iCarly?
It was all of them.
Was it? It was the
All of
same
them?
person. What did you call him?
Dan Schneider.
Dan Schneider.
He was the creator of all of those shows. And he was a bit of a foot sniffer as well.
He's like my least favourite Schneider.
Wesley Schneider?
Rob and Wesley is like he probably has to make the podium as the only other Schneider I know, sadly.
Wesley Schneider's got to be number one. That
I'm
guy,
putting
he
Rob
almost won the
first.
Ballon d'Or.
Yeah, he didn't though. Even though
So
he should have.
That makes him worse
Than
than
Rob.
terrible actor Rob Schneider.
That's not my opinion.
Okay.
He also, Rob Schneider's daughter, Elle King, made that song X's and O's, which
That's
is
not him.
It
That's
is?
not really?
Yeah, Rob Schneider's
No
daughter.
way.
You know
Elle
that song
King.
X's.
Yeah.
And the, that's
Yeah.
Rob Schneider's daughter.
What? She doesn't look anything like him.
Yeah. I think she got the...
Crazy. I could have sworn she was English. She looks so English.
Yeah. She does look English.
She looks so English,
She
bro.
looks like a swimmer. I think I'm just comparing her to Rebecca Adlington.
No. You're thinking of a whale. She does not look like Rebecca Adlington.
Yeah, no, she doesn't really. From a...
No one looks like Rebecca Adlington. That's just a fact. Anyway, let's move on from one questionable statement to another. This is questionable. What is the most embarrassing thing you've done to impress someone? Part 2. We did part 1 of this with Liam Dowling like a month ago. But the thing is, we're recording this on the same day as that one. So we used the same question again. Anyway, let's get into this. I tried climbing a tree to impress a girl.
I said that last episode and you just didn't know what I was talking about.
Yeah, well, that's why I was saving it for this one. I was really hoping you'd bring up the climbing the tree thing on this episode.
Yeah.
Because that's unfortunately where I put it in. Tried climbing a tree to impress a girl, ended up getting stuck in the tree and having to be rescued. I was 17. How old were you? Way younger than 17.
I was like 9.
It's much more acceptable then.
Yeah. I don't think anyone should be thinking that you climbing a few branches higher is going to impress someone whenever you're applying for unis.
Yeah, that's true.
You shouldn't be climbing trees whenever you're doing
Especially
UCAS applications.
Especially when you have to call the fire brigade to get you down.
That's such an American thing as well. You never hear about a fire brigade called to rescue a cat from a tree in fucking Bristol.
Happened to when I used to live in Brighton.
Yeah.
So the council were redoing this area of Brighton around this roundabout, and as part of it, they were going to cut down some trees because they needed to build something in whatever. It's like 2 trees. Who cares? I'm sure even the most crazy eco-environmentalists realise that cutting down 2 trees in the middle of a city makes no difference.
Yeah.
Like they're drilling for oil, everyone. Except this one guy must have been a Green Party legend, I would have thought.
Yeah.
He decided to climb up there, put a sleeping bag in one of these trees, and basically do like a sort of hunger strike.
Yeah.
Mahatma Gandhi, John Lennon style strike. So they wouldn't cut it down, because obviously they're not going to cut it down
with him in it.
He was up there for at least 6 days.
Yeah. I would love for some party to come into power where they're just like, you know what? Fuck it. He's in the tree. We're cutting it down. He's in our way. Rip the thing down from the...
Oh, you'd love China.
Really?
Oh, in China, they just do whatever they want.
I don't think it would age well, that statement, once I'm actually living in that system.
Oh yeah, it'd be awful.
But from the outside looking in, I think it'd be funny if they're like, you know what, he's in the way, he's interrupting us, we're going to be late for dinner, cut the fucking thing down.
Let him burn.
Yeah.
Anyway, he did get down eventually, because they did eventually cut that tree down.
Yeah.
I once pretended I wasn't an Aidan Rafferty superfan to impress this bird I was talking to. Got found out when I took her back to the Clitterdale and she saw my shrine covered with spunk marks. Awful experience.
The Clitterdale?
That's, unfortunately, he's stolen that from me.
Oh, has he?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I respect the Clitterdale.
I came up with a Clitterdale, unfortunately. That's what I call my gaff.
Yeah.
But it's good to know he's been paying attention. And it's an absolute forensic scene on the shrine.
I'd like to see what is on the shrine, like what photos. Has he got any saucy ones that I don't know about? It might have been from my OnlyFans leak from before I started.
Oh, I thought it was from the private Snapchat, the My Eyes Only.
Yeah, see, that was actually people re-uploading the leaked stuff.
I've never sent a dick pic.
Yeah.
But I took one to see how it felt.
Yeah.
And then I was like, no one should ever see this. And it's swiftly been removed from society.
Yeah.
I felt weird taking it as well.
What angle? Just straight down?
It wasn't a great angle.
There were some people that were taking it with their face in it, and I was thinking, what the fuck's going on?
That's the last thing you want to do.
Yeah.
I don't want to claim ownership of what I'm rocking as well.
Yeah.
If it does get out there, I want to be able to actually claim that's not me.
Yeah.
I was in a friend group with a girl who I liked. However, she had a crush on someone else in the group. So we all went out for a meal, and my stupid ass thought I could impress her by paying for her crush's meal.
He may as well be watching in a close-up shot her getting fucking bent over a table by him. That is one of the biggest cock moves I've ever heard.
What are you thinking?
Oh, Jesus Christ, that is mental.
Long story short, didn't work, and they started dating 2 days later, and he got a free Nando's.
I don't even think I could accept that. I'd be like,
that's like me
on.
paying. Fuck my wife.
Yeah. Here's a tenner.
Buy yourself something for after.
Keep the change.
Keep the change.
That is disgusting. That is fucking deplorable.
I don't know how you reach this conclusion that that's a good idea.
Do you think she's going to think like, oh, he's morally superior? He knows that they're in competition.
Well, I guess he's thinking like, he's going to think, oh, he's generous with money.
And he's also not treating this fella as a threat if he is getting it.
And also he's like, he's got money to spare. Happy to pick up the bill.
One of my friends in school had a bit of a on-off relationship with someone in our class, and he wrote her a song, and it leaked to the rest of the class. And it was the amount of shit he got over that. I was just constantly played every single day. Can't remember what it goes like now, but it was fucking awful, and he couldn't sing at all. Just a sad example of a fallen soldier taken too soon.
I was like a bloke in my school who did a song in an assembly, and he completely forgot the words the whole time. So they shut him off. They turned off the music. He's like, guys, can I do another one?
Just get off the stage.
It's not the X Factor audition, bro. You cannot do another one. Next one. I was sat next to my crush and I was reading about embarrassing posts on the internet.
Yeah.
One of them said, and this is actually a famous one, The most damn bad thing I ever did was I beat it to her shoe size, like the number. You've heard that one before? Because that's like a famous one of like soul crushing post.
I've never heard that.
So he was reading embarrassing posts and he read this post.
Oh, right.
It was like, I beat it to her shoe size, right? And then he turned to his crush and goes, "What shoe size are you again? What shoe size are you again?" And it was the most awkward thing. See, I actually think
that's kind of funny.
Yeah, I actually think.
I thought you were saying he said this at the start.
No. I think that's hilarious.
Yeah.
That's top band.
Just wrong audience.
Mate, that's got a Radio Rufus seal of approval. That's good stuff.
Across the board.
Yeah, I don't think that's embarrassing at all. 8 out of 10? Yeah, we got...
As we established in the early episodes when you used to actually do the songs in show, this is the only one of these I have.
Yeah.
So
everything's an 8 out of 10. I got my mate to rent a car for me since I didn't have a license, and I wanted to pick her up. She bailed from the date. I got caught and a 2-year license ban. Classic irony. Next one. I deep-throated a banana at the prees to prove I had no gag reflex. This is from a bloke.
Not sure why you'd want to prove that unless you're trying to suck some cock.
Well, I guess it's about the time I ate a shitload of Marmites trying to impress this girl and she thought it was disgusting.
Yeah.
Because I thought, if I eat this Marmite, she'll think I'm hard. Or something.
If you can consume that much salt, you must be made of hard stuff.
It's something like, I think that was the thought process.
You know, I don't get about women. It's like slightly off topic, but remember whenever I was like 19, 20 and I was in uni and I was seeing this girl for a while and I was on the way over to her flat. So I text her, as you would do if you're going to see a friend, if you're walking past the shop or something, do you want anything from the shop?
Yeah.
What's an acceptable answer to that? To ask for?
Hang on. What?
If I was to say to you on the way to the studio here, I'm passing Tesco.
What does this have to do with women?
Just answer the question.
I think, it's maximum one item.
Yeah, like a Lucozade or something.
Yeah.
So I text her this expecting like, oh, get me a Coke Zero. She sent me back a shopping list. Toilet roll, bacon powder, red sauce, a ketchup, and there was some other. She asked not for a tin, but a 6-pack of Diet Coke. And I was thinking, this isn't fucking Tesco Express. Do your own fucking shopping.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I don't get, they just have
I think that's just her though. I don't think many people would.
Yeah. I say about women, it was about this specific woman.
Yeah. The last one. I was downing the leftover drinks at a table in a club. I ended up accidentally sinking a pint of chunder by accident and threw up over everyone.
Surely after the first sip, you would realise it's not a pint.
Also, this one is one of those ones where
not real.
Is it true? Because no one chunders in the glass.
I disagree. I have an uncle and he's basically like a career alcoholic.
Okay.
He's sort of not as bad now, but he used
I feel like the word career wasn't really needed.
But he used to have this party trick where he'd fall asleep standing up at like the bar.
Okay.
He would wake up, be sickened his pint, fall asleep again, wake up a few minutes later and not realise he had been sickened it, try and drink the pint and then be sickened it again.
That's so bad.
Yeah.
And on that wonderful image, we bring you to the close of another episode of Radio Rufus, the second of 2025, and what a streak it's been. We're coming up to a year of the show now.
Not far off, yeah.
So that should be a tantalising prospect.
Out of interest to whoever's still watching, is there anything you'd like to see us do for the year anniversary of Radio Rufus?
We'll do anything.
Yeah, anything.
We'll do anything you suggest.
I wonder, what's the odds of us hitting 30k by the year?
Okay, but low.
Yeah.
I'll do anything. The most liked suggestion, legal or not, I'll do it.
Yeah. So leave your comments below. And also fucking subscribe.
And also fucking subscribe.
Yeah.
Radio Rufus, fucking subscribe. Back to you in the studio.